Hello and welcome back to the channel, guys. Detail with Jess. With yours truly, Jess. All right, today we are talking about stain removal and extraction, and I am sharing the exact process that I use with you, the exact tools that I've been using and chemicals that I've been using in my extractions. Now, I don't do these too often, and I do not have some $1,500 extractor, nor do I have a little Bissell spot cleaner, none of that. So I'm just kind of like, makeshift extraction is what I've been rolling with, and I want to share with you exactly how good it works in the exact process that I use. And I have an actual detail that I did last week that I'm going to be sharing with you to put it to the test. Real quick, let's dive into the car that we're working on and take a look at the stains that we're working with, the spills, I don't know, the bodily fluids. I don't know what was going on. So this is what we've got going on under the floor mat of the driver's side seat. Now, this client is super concerned about the floor mats. He's like, can you get the floor mats clean? Can you get the floor mats clean? So guess what we're going to focus on? We're going to make sure we've got these floor mats looking as spotless as we can possibly get them. But I also see so many other stains and just marks from body oils that have got to be removed, because the last thing I want is a client to see that and not want to buy the car because of it. So we've got a lot of spills on the floors. I don't know what was going on in the back seat here. This very possibly could be a spill, or it could be some bodily fluids. We do not know. All right, so let's talk about the chemicals that I use. This is PNS's 3-part system. We've got the Terminator enzyme treatment. We've got the Carpet Bomber, which is just a carpet cleaner, like a shampoo. And then we've got the peroxide finisher treatment. I love this system because I do not have a deep steam extractor. So when I really need things to get broken up, I do have a steamer, which I most certainly use. But you don't have control over the heat with the steamer. It just is what it is. And when it comes to carpet cleaning and upholstery cleaning, you really need to have control over that heat. So this system works great because it works without the need for heat. So it starts off with the Terminator. What that Terminator is going to do, it's an enzyme cleaner. So it's going to break down proteins. So when I say proteins, what I mean are things like it could be bodily fluids, it could be food, it could be beverages, blood. It's going to break things like that. So it's literally going to start to like tear them apart and loosen them up. So they're so much easier to remove, whether you're doing it with a microfiber towel or you're doing it with an extractor. So these are the first 2 floor mats that I'm working on, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to take that Terminator and I'm going to spray it a little bit more heavily on the stains, the more obvious stains, and then I'm going to just lightly spray it over the rest of the carpet and just let it sit there for approximately 3 minutes. And I have to force myself to sometimes walk away and just let it sit and be patient. Let it do its thing, because what it's going to do when it's working is just break all those stains down so they come out so much easier. If you don't give it that time to kind of sit in and do what it's meant to do, it's going to be purposeless. So, and then I'm just lightly spraying it over the remaining carpet. Now, one thing I'm always super humble enough to admit is that I'm so new to detailing and I have not done a whole lot of extraction. So the process that I use is what I've been finding works. There could be a slightly better technique and slightly better process. And I know that over time, I will learn more. I will get better at things. I will get more efficient. I will understand fabrics more. I will understand how heat works and steam works and chemicals work. But this is where I'm at right now, and this is the process. And I promise to just be open and vulnerable about the process as I go through it. So this is what that floor mat is looking like with just the Terminator treatment so far. I have a couple stubborn stains and I don't know if they're going to come out or not. So I'm just using the Terminator through one more process along with the steam to see if I can get those stains out. Now I'm doing the same exact process on the second floor mat, but you'll see as we go into the video that mats 3 and 4 are not working with this method. I will be the first to admit that I have a lot to learn when it comes to using the steam cleaner to remove stains, but what I think I'm doing here is I'm using the steam to kind of break down anything that might be sitting in that carpet, kind of loosen things up with the heat, and then I'm going to go through and spray on the Carpet Bomber kind of lightly, not too heavily. And then I'm going to go through and do an agitation with the drill brush and do some extracting on that. Detailing's definitely like a little bit of a science experiment. So there's a lot to learn, a lot of chemicals and molecules and understanding how things work and how things break down. And there's a lot to learn. So step by step, I just keep trying to grow my education and learn and watch more YouTube videos and understand the molecules and the proteins and how heat works and all of it. So I'm definitely no expert now, but I'm trying to learn. I'm getting there. Let me interject real quick, and I want to share with you the exact tools that I use, and I have everything linked below in the description, but I want to show you the tools that I use, and then you'll see how I use them. As far as tools go, first we've got the drill brush. If you don't have a drill brush, you need a drill brush. It just helps so much with agitation, saves you time, saves you any physical work on your hands, and the whitest, softest brush that we've got going on here. This handy dandy little tiny shop vac is just one that I had in my cabin, but I decided to kidnap it and use it in my extraction process because I did not want to go back and forth between my good rigid vac, between wet and dry. That just would have been a gross mess. So I wanted a whole separate shop vac designated for extracting. The Happy Tree. Guys, if you don't have an extractor, you need this. All right, go buy it right now as soon as you see the link. This is the Happy Tree extraction head. It works really well, really well. I have a large one. You can see how dirty it is. I've got a larger one, and then I've got the smaller one. So I like the smaller one. It is, I'd say, about close to 3 inches wide. I love that it's clear because you can see what it's sucking up. You can see how many, how much you have left to remove, or if things are coming up clean. And it's just goes straight into my little shop vac there. Now I'm going into the last 2 floor mats. So this is the one I have not done yet, and this is the one I just finished. And that middle one's filthy as well, as you can see. So I did the entire process on this first mat, and it did not look any cleaner. So when that happens, or when there's really deep dirt, deep sand, I just go for the full-on power wash. I love the power washing when necessary because it will get everything deep out of there. And this client's main concern was these floor mats. So I am making sure they come out as spotless as possible. Now, when there's the possibility that I might have to power wash floor mats, I always do this first so that I hang them to dry when I'm doing the remaining detail. On these 2 carpets, I actually did not use the Terminator. I just used the carpet bomber. So I power washed it, I sprayed it all down, drill brushed it, and then I'm just going through with my little shop vac with the extractor head and sucking up all that extra moisture, and then I just kind of hang them to dry. I did try using the Terminator on these stains that were not coming out, but nothing was making these stains budge. When I conferred with other detailers about what to do about stubborn stains, the main thing that they said is once you've done X, Y, Z, the only thing left to do is to dye the carpet. So I was not going through that process in this detail, and I haven't done it yet, but that seems to be the only solution. If you have any other thoughts, feel free to let me know. Because no Terminator, no super clean, no extraction, no steam, nothing was removing those stains. So now we're moving into some of those interior stains. Now this stain on the seat, I don't know what it was. It could have been a spill, but it is also an older person's car, and it happened to be in the position of somebody could have pooped their pants. So we are going through with the Terminator. I sprayed that on there, let it sit, agitated it, and then I extracted it out because I didn't want to rub that in. Now that's what I love about the Happy Tree extraction head, is that you can just suck those icky spills, stains, bodily fluids out versus rubbing them in with a microfiber towel. In addition to the Terminator, I went through and I steam cleaned everything just to make sure everything was sanitary. I then used the carpet bomber to carpet everything, and I went through with the peroxide treatment to neutralize everything as well. Now, this client is a mechanic and he does flip cars, so he's definitely putting me to the test. And when he saw this car and all of the stains that got removed and how clean the floor mats are, he was so happy. Now, mind you, this vehicle's older. It's not a couple years old, it's pretty old. So having it in this condition, he's gonna do really well and make some great money off of it. Now, any other spots that were on the seats, all I did was just go through with the carpet bomber, just did a little drill brush, and I didn't even have to extract it. I just used a microfiber towel to get things like the headrests clean and any other little spots. So I only usually use the extraction when I have some deep, nasty stains. As a new detailer, I know how it is. It's a learning process. Equipment gets expensive because every other day it seems like you need a new piece of equipment. So these are the simple tools that I have found in my business to do the job, get the client the results, and that's really, at the end of the day, all that matters, and keep it budget friendly. Thanks so much for hanging out. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. Always appreciate your feedback. And make sure you hit that subscribe button if you have not subscribed yet, guys. Till next time.